do not spend more than $200 on wireless earbuds.
Yeah, we're looking at more than a dozen buds under that price, so let's go.
First up, the CMF Buds Pro 2 at $80. If you thought spending less meant getting less personality, think again. You're getting a case with a wheel button on it that you can also use for controls with full customization. However, overall build quality does feel cheap and the ANC is below average at tier C. The transparency is good though. The microphones are pretty decent for calls in quiet and noisy conditions but struggle in the wind. The buds do have a decent amount of smarts. The sound is very bass forward but can get congested with busy music. Also, if you're hard of hearing, then these get loud. Some of the easiest buds to recommend are the Moondrop Space Travel 2. Despite the crazy low price of $40, these buds are some of the best sounding on this list. Again, tons of personality here with the design being super unique, but not the most practical. But this time, Moondrop is giving you access to a whole community for EQ settings. Sure, you don't get high-res codecs and the ANC and transparency are nothing to write home about, but overall, this one is a winner and passes our uncle test for easy to recommend earbuds. Soundpeats has come a long way since its older earbuds. The Air 5 Pro are all about that bass, albeit with some unevenness in the mids. They're comfortable and have reliable as well as customizable controls. You're getting very good transparency and ANC as well as decent microphone quality on calls. However, the design is kinda basic and the battery life didn't quite live up to advertised numbers. Overall, these provide good value for money.
Some of the best sound at this price range, like we said before, comes from Moondrop.
And some of the quirkiest personality too. This is the Moondrop Robin wireless earbuds for $99. This is a collab with Honkai Star Rail and they've really gone all out with it, including the voice prompts, color, and even an acrylic brick in the box. You're getting 3 spring tips and 3 regular tips in the box for optimum comfort and fit, and you're getting a ton of clean volume. Battery life is good. While the touch controls don't include volume, they're decently customizable. You're getting all the extras like an optical sensor and wireless charging, which also works through the leather case. But that case isn't pocketable, and adding a case to that case, well, it's not quite our style.
What is also not our style is the Skullcandy Method 360 ANC with this kind of funky looking case and this carabiner clip hook thing. This is definitely not a pocketable situation. The sound by Bose does promise some decent sound and you're getting that punchy mid-bass sound that Bose normally has. The fit is also very comfortable, but they're not perfect though.
No, and the noise cancelling is very good here. And you're getting a similar design because they partnered up with Bose here. The earbuds do remind us of the QC Buds Ultra design with those wing tips and oval shaped tips. So comfort and fit is on point here, guys.
Despite the mid-tier price range, you're getting top-tier specs from the OnePlus Buds 4.
They're not holding back. Excellent ANC and phone call quality, and all the extra features like a wear sensor, multi-point connectivity, game mode, and more. They're also very well tuned with some excellent features for adjusting bass and overall tuning. The biggest issue we had was with the fit on these buds. This will really depend on your ears, of course, but I definitely wasn't able to use them, but Rohan was.
At under $100, EarFun is not withholding any features.
You're getting full customizable touch controls, very good ANC and transparency, as well as phone call quality. You get the latest Bluetooth 6.0 as well as Auracast. These are one of the few buds that offer both the Snapdragon Suite as well as the LDAC codec. The tuning is excellent and the soundstage is great. What else do you need? Maybe some more premium materials? That's what EarFun is all about. It's what's on the inside that matters.
Who doesn't like this blue glass on these next buds?
The WF-C710N from Sony are buds we see ourselves recommending more often than the flagship. Although the ANC is average, the transparency is very good. You get a ton of extra features as well as Sony's feature-rich app. The battery life is excellent too. The call quality is average, but the sound quality is really well tuned. The touch controls aren't our cup of tea, and although the comfort and fit are amazing, you only get 3 sizes of tips in the box.
If you're on Android and multi-point is not important to you, then the Buds 3 FE from Samsung are a solid pick.
You're getting top-tier ANC and transparency, good controls, and all the Samsung-y features like Interpreter and Google's Gemini. Calls are decent in quiet and noisy conditions, they sound nice, and come in matte black. What more do you want?
Soundcore has also jumped on the smart case bandwagon with their Liberty 4 Pro.
Only this time, it's visible when you slide the case open. However, unlike the likes of the JBL Tour Pro 3 or the Bowers & Wilkins PI8 that we've seen before on the channel, the case can't be used for audio transmission, just to tweak a few settings. You also get a whopping 6 sizes of ear tips that give you an excellent seal and are comfortable too. And with their Anchor heritage, you do not need to worry about battery life and charging. The ANC and call quality didn't disappoint either. The sound signature is a bit bass boosted, so playing around with the EQ is needed to dial in your preferred sound.
These next buds have a serious presence in your pocket.
But don't let the bulge fool you guys. The Bose QuietComfort earbuds are seriously packing. You get a whole different app than the other Bose earbuds and headphones, which in our opinion is way better. And you guessed it, they are still top tier in terms of comfort and quiet. The ANC and transparency are excellent, and although you don't get any high-res codecs, the V-shaped sound is very much to our liking. The calls are not that great, and there have been a few connectivity hiccups in our testing. And these buds have the best touch control implementation compared to all the other Bose buds we've tested.
Everyone wants to have a party trick these days.
And nothing had to show up to the party with something as well. The Super Mic, a microphone built into the charging case that you can use on calls. They're a bit better than the mics on the earbuds, but nothing groundbreaking though. We still appreciate the buds for their great ANC and overall design aesthetic, which goes beyond the hardware but translates to their app too. The sound wasn't great at launch, but the new update makes it much better. You also have a marketplace of sound profiles with an advanced EQ, making these sound very versatile.
Huawei is prioritizing the fit and comfort by including foam and silicone tips in the box when you buy the FreeBuds Pro 4.
And if that's not enough, the ANC, phone calls, and sound will all make up for it. You get a custom EQ on these buds, and while the default sound is a bit veiled, you can tweak that. The swipe and squeeze controls are so good that Apple followed them. Battery life isn't the best though, and the color and branding on these buds are an acquired taste.
These buds secretly have pro-level specs.
The Pixel Buds 2A is riding with the champs for ANC and transparency quality. They're super compact, colorful, and comfortable. The calls aren't the best, and the sound quality is warm and on the bassier side. Some of the cut corners include the lack of wireless charging and no volume controls straight from the buds. And obviously, Google didn't make an app for iPhones. All right, that was our roundup of best, let's say, non-premium buds.
Yeah, under $200. And really, you don't need to spend more than that.
No, you really don't.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of honorable mentions. And of course, if your favorite buds are not here, we are not biased against them or whatever. There's just way too many to cover. A couple others to quickly mention is the QCY Mellow Buds Pro.
Yep.
Really nice. The Nothing Ear A also
great.
have
And
been
a
one of
looker.
your favorites. Yeah. We've tried to restrict ourselves to the newest ones a little bit. So that's where we are. And of course, there are used buds you can buy if you really want to save money, but these are the buds you can buy right now.
Correct. Yeah. And so we have our favorite picks from this whole lineup as well. But before that, a big thanks to all of you guys, our viewers, subscribers, and especially our patrons and YouTube members on the tested tier.
And these lovely Fuckman tier members and patrons, Paula, Rats Panda, and Rachel. Thank you so much. All right, Kevin, which is your pick? There's a lot of buds here. Let's bring them all to the table.
Okay, so this was not an easy choice. A lot of great buds. That's why they made it into this list, because we really enjoy using them all. But if I had to pick one, I think I'm attracted to the Pixel Buds 2A.
Oh,
love it.
Tell us more.
I just love the color. They're super compact. They're comfortable. They fit in my ears. They got all the extra features that I need.
Yeah.
So yeah, love them.
Yeah. For me, what's important is sound quality, calls, and volume control. Surprisingly, like not all of these have volume control or are implemented in a way that I enjoy. And noise cancelling transparency, of course, is less important for me, but also important. And if you kind of put all of these together, I kind of land on the OnePlus Buds 4. I've taken them on long trips as well with me. They've worked well. ANC is fine. Callers are great. They fit me really well.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
It would have been my pick too.
And they're very pocketable. They got everything I need. A close second would be the EarFun Air Pro 4 Plus, but I haven't spent enough time with it to confidently say these are the best. So yeah, OnePlus and EarFun really punching above their weight compared to all these big name brands.
Yeah, and they all have something. So yeah, it's hard to pick.
Yes.
What would you pick? And are there any earbuds that we've missed out on this list that should have made it to the list? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, there's another list you may want to check out. That is this list of the premium ANC buds. If you do want to spend more than $180, $200.
Yeah, and if you want to see what we have to say about our favorite over-ear noise cancelling headphones, then we made a list up here as well.
Do it.